What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And as you guys can see from the title, 1 year in Nepal. It's been some time, man. Time flies. I can't believe it's already been 1 year. Here we are, man. And this video, as you guys can see from the title, is just gonna be a raw, honest opinion in terms of my stay in Nepal. Ups, downs, lessons learned, and just waffling and even more waffling. So let's get straight right into it. So I originally, came to Nepal 1 year ago, and not with a proper plan in place as well. So I didn't really expect anything of it. I just came here, without really like a backup plan. I just came here and I just thought I'll figure it out along the way, and here we are, man. Here we are. So it has worked out, I would say. It's been an amazing journey so far, and I can't wait to explore more of Nepal and just kind of take each day as it comes, man. Coming into Nepal, I didn't really have much expectations myself. I just kind of came in the mindset of I'm just gonna freestyle it, not really thinking anything of it as well. But overall, man, Nepal has been very good to me. Obviously, it's my homeland, it's my motherland, and it's been very good, and I can't wait to explore more of it as well. As you guys probably might know me, I do like to be a little bit entrepreneurial in anything that I do, and I would like to say that I'm a good risk taker as well, a calculated risk taker, and yeah, in terms of like trying to be successful in Nepal, I think it's definitely a good foundation to kind of build. But my personal opinion, I don't think you can really be that top 1%. I think if you do want to be that top 1% in Nepal, you probably have to kind of venture into different avenues, but it's definitely a good place to kind of set your baseline, build your foundation, and just take it from there. Of course, this is just my opinion, guys. So the daily life and the freedom in Nepal. Honestly, guys, I don't think I've had so much freedom in my life before. Anything that you want, that you can ultimately get. Of course, finances is also there. That may be a barrier for other individuals as well. But if you want to go somewhere, if you want to take a flight anywhere within Nepal, Pokhara, Butol, whatever, or if you want to go to different restaurants, what I've seen is I don't really tend to, second guess where to go. I just say I'm going to go somewhere and I do it without really thinking of the finances. So it's definitely the cheaper side, in terms of living in Nepal. You do really get comfortable while you're in Nepal. So it is quite hard to kind of put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because in Nepal everything is there, and it can really make you comfortable. Hence the reason, when you start getting comfortable, that's when you slowly start slacking off as well. But I do try my best to kind of keep myself in check. But overall, Nepal, it's a very slow-paced country. I think from what I've seen, it's not really fast-paced. Specifically Pokhara, I feel like it's even more slower. But what I've seen is Kathmandu, it's a little bit faster paced. But overall, just Nepal in general, I feel like aligiti people are just like not lazy, but they're just kind of doing their own thing, and they're just going with the flow. I think, I don't know, but that's from what I've seen, and no one's really watching you. No one really, I think, cares about you as well, like in terms of how you look or whatever. That's why, like, I think my outfit as well in Nepal is like pretty much slippers. Like that's pretty much something that I rock on a daily basis. Even when it's winter time, I roll around in slippers. So I don't really care what other people say, or I don't really care about other people, how they dress. I think that's just the culture. Nepal might say, like, no one really gives a fuck about anyone, I think, which is also a good thing. You don't have to kind of look over your shoulder every now and then getting judged. I think for me as well, it is definitely easier to lock in as well, just be focused in Nepal, although there are a lot of distractions out there, but it can definitely be an environment where you can really lock in. But it also depends on yourself as well, because just because people are locking in, you see people being focused, it can really be easy to get distracted as well, because everything is happening, specifically in Kathmandu, events, people coming in and out, your friends, family, there's always something happening. And that's what I kind of struggled with in the beginning, where people was always coming in. I was trying to stay focused, but I had to see my friends. It's just something that you have to kind of, I guess, manage your time better. If you can do that, then you can definitely satisfy your family, your friends, make time for them, as well as trying to focus on whatever it is that you're building as well. But it's definitely a place where you can get distracted a little bit easier because of the culture, because specifically like November, December time, everyone wants to come back to Nepal to visit their family, friends, because they got leave or they have like their annual holiday allowance that they used to come back. So it's got its pros and cons, but definitely more pros. But it's just up to yourself in terms of trying to stay locked in as well, and how you manage your time. Moving on to the cost of living, I feel like personally it's very cheap to live in Asia, and specifically Nepal. I'd say it's very cheap. You can buy whatever you want, you can eat whatever you want, you can travel wherever you want. So it's definitely got its perks to it. And that is one thing that can really make you, highly comfortable. And I've kind of seen that within myself as well, because I haven't really had that much freedom in my life before. So I got more swept in the comfort side of things. So you just have to kind of be careful in terms of that side as well. Maybe try eating in rather than eating out every day. And that's one thing that I was a victim of, like pretty much eating out every single day, different restaurants, hardly ever eating in. I am trying to do like more so eating at home recently, but that's one thing that I kind of fell on, like just eating out every day, just thinking now it's not even that expensive anyway, so I just kept eating out. But then again, that's one of those things that if you keep doing that, it just starts building, so you have to be careful on that as well. But definitely that's one of the things that I kind of fell upon, eating out every day, going out quite often. And even though it may not be that expensive, it does definitely add up as well, so I would be wary of that as well. But in terms of like the way of life, the cost of living, everything is very cheap, everything is accessible. There's like Pata, there's InDrive, like in terms of getting taxis, it's all there as well, all from online. So it's definitely evolving. And I'm very excited to see Nepal where it's going to be headed in the next 5 to 10 years as well, because it is definitely evolving, but I guess time will tell on that as well. So moving on to the business, the work, and the opportunity side of things. So in my personal opinion, Nepal is not an opportunity environment, I think, by default. It's definitely a place where you can build a very good foundation. It's a place where you can really build something, but I feel like you will always hit a ceiling in Nepal. If you want to be that top 1%, I feel like you're definitely going to have to look at avenues and ways to kind of look at different ventures, because you can definitely do good. You can make something out of yourself, but if you really want to get to that extra next level, I think you have to look at different opportunities or different places, because like comparing different country, for example, Dubai to Nepal, it's more better networking opportunities. Just the environment is a lot more hustle related, I think, compared to Nepal. I might be wrong, just my opinion. But the one good thing about Nepal is it's very untapped. There are so many opportunities in here, and you can definitely make something of yourself, but you have to put in the work. It's not going to be easy. Specifically in Nepal, you have to like know people, I think. And if you don't know people, it's not a bad thing, right? But you're just going to have to put yourself in those situations so you can get to know people as well, because like your network, it's very important, and it has definitely helped me close more clients for my businesses as well. But it's just one of those things, in terms of networking, you have to kind of build a solid network, or at least try to, because it will help you in the long run. Just touching up on networking as well, I would say it's good, it's okay. Nepal, I'd say definitely, recently there's more networking events that's being kind of held in Nepal, which is great to see, in terms of younger entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, or even existing entrepreneurs sharing their knowledge and helping each other out. So definitely it's headed in the right way, but I feel like it's still not enough, Nepal, I'd say. But where everything is headed in terms of other founders and business owners kind of organizing more events like this is definitely headed towards the right way. So as of right now, I think it's not there yet, but in maybe the next 2 to 3 years is definitely going to be there. But obviously, as you guys are probably aware, it's not like any other countries, the opportunities, but because it's so untapped, you can create opportunities in Nepal, and you can really capitalize on the untapped market that's currently in Nepal. And if you can grab it while that opportunity is there, and if you can really stick to it, then you can definitely make it a successful one as well. A personal experience, a personal story of mine, I don't know if I've already said this, to be honest, but when I was in Cyprus, while I was serving in the army, I used to fly from Cyprus to the UK to attend networking events, to attend meetings, to meet new people in terms of in the business field, renowned people. So I used to do whatever I can to make it happen as well. Of course, flying different countries just for networking events, it sounds mad, but you just need to make it happen, man. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm sure the people that are going to be watching my videos, either early 20s, late teens, mid 20s, 30s, whatever, but just take the risk, man. Like, what's the worst that can happen? And that's the kind of same mentality that I had, even though I wasn't really gaining anything out of me attending these events. I just knew that it would benefit me for the long run. Even though at that time I wasn't really getting anything back, I was building connections from a very early stage. It's actually funny, like I used to be in my office while I was working my military career. I used to tell them I'm gonna go to my office, but then what I used to do was, I didn't really used to go to my office. I used to go to my room, get showered, and from like the south, I would drive up to the north or Midlands to attend like events, meet new people in the business side of things. So that's the shit I was doing, man. Like, I used to say I'm going to my friend's office, but I used to go to my room, get changed, and go to like freaking Manchester from like London, or from like Winchester to London. So they used to think that I was in the camp, like in my friend's office, but I wasn't. I was freaking in a different freaking county, you know what I mean? So this wasn't to brag, but this was just to show, like, you just have to do what you gotta do, you gotta make it happen. And just going back to the remote work as well, I just went a little bit off track there. But yeah, remote work is definitely achievable from Nepal. I've seen so many people do it. I mean, also I'm doing it myself as well, but you can make it happen, man. You can definitely make it happen. The big limitation in Nepal. So I think if your goal is to be the top 1% in Nepal, you can definitely get there. But like I mentioned, you will ideally need to look at different avenues to kind of seek that network that you're ultimately wanting to go for, and that really high prestige level. I feel like in Nepal you can, but you will definitely need to know the right person. And what I have seen in Nepal is people are definitely more motivated, but they are not willing to put the work in as well. So they're not always aligned with the growth in terms of the motivation that they've set out for themselves as well. So I feel like, you definitely need more self-discipline rather than motivation, specifically here in Nepal, because, like, Nepal won't push you. It's you who has to push yourself in here, because you can definitely get easily distracted. And I'm a victim myself, same again. So I guess it's just one of those things that you have to experience it, and then you just learn from it as well. And definitely, man, it's a place where it can definitely keep you distracted, but you have to know your main mission, and you have to kind of keep following your objectives to get to your main mission and finish your mission as well, and set out a new mission, So just tying in with the distraction, the nightlife here in Nepal is definitely amazing. It's very good. The one thing that I have noticed is the drinks and the alcohol, the shots and everything is a lot more expensive here in Nepal. I initially, when I did come here, I still don't do now, but more so, I don't look at the bill like for food, but For alcohol, I have started to look at the bills lately because, man, when I first came in, I didn't really used to look at the bills, specifically alcohol. And the next day, you know, one of those where you wake up the next day and you have a look at your bank account and then you just see like minus however much amount, and you're like, shit, what did I spend it on? Like, that's every single time when I went out. Because the shots are a lot more expensive. It's like overseas price as well. It's pretty expensive, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree. The alcohol is way more expensive than you think. Especially, you know how it is. When you start drinking alcohol, you don't really, you know, keep track. You just keep ordering, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, shit, I can't believe I spent that much. So I'll definitely be wary in terms of how you're spending, and just be a bit more careful before you go into clubs or bars. Like, it is actually pretty expensive. Not really expensive, it's just London price, so I'll be wary of that. So who is Nepal for? I think Nepal is for individuals, that it's for everyone, you know. It's a beautiful country, and I at least expect everyone to come here once in their lifetime. The mountains, the scenery, the people, the culture, it's there. If you are after like the chill, the freedom life, then Nepal is definitely that. Definitely more so freedom over status. If you want peace, if you want affordability, it's an amazing country. And just getting to build your personal brand as well, it's an amazing country to do so as well. And I think with Nepal it's not ideal if you are after that fast-paced life, everything 100 miles an hour, or you're only coming here, or you only want to be in Nepal for the networking side of things. I don't think it's there yet. So that's just the cons. So yeah, it's been 1 year me living in Nepal, and I probably will do another one, you know, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't know, we'll see. But it's been great, you know, Nepal. I definitely don't regret coming. I've built out a lot of friendships. I've built more connections. I've built a whole community as well. And yeah, it's definitely been a blessing being out here in Nepal. And I cannot wait to see the growth for Nepal as well, because there are so many aspiring entrepreneurs, so many entrepreneurs that are, you know, up and coming, that have built amazing softwares, platforms, and just giving a vehicle for individuals that want to get to that next level as well. So more and more people are, you know, upcoming, and I'm excited to see Nepal will be in the next, you know, 5 to 10 years down the line as well. Definitely, you know, more successful people and more influential people that will ultimately support the youth, so they can also aspire to be great themselves as well. I'll also leave a link in the description below if you're looking at ways to make money online as a remote sales rep, you know, working with international clients. You know, do click on the link below and I'll see if you're the right fit as well. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But just before I end off the video, I'm curious to know, like, where do you guys ultimately want to be relocating to? You can put it on the comment section in terms of where you want to be permanently living in. Whether you're already a business owner, you're an aspiring business owner, you're an entrepreneur, whatever it may be, stick it on the comments below in terms of where you ultimately want to be living. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But yeah, thanks guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.